And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, a Tuesday edition of the Paul Farrington Show. Paul joined alongside Jack Weinberger, Robert Ziggy Ziegler, and Zach Bloomquist, the best executive producer in the world. I thought you got flex or something there, but all right.
That's a new title.
Shades are back on.
Yeah.
Me and Ziggy swap back here.
Ziggy, how many
last
more days?
week he was the best.
How many more days in California?
We've got today's Monday, so exactly 7.
Okay.
And then whoosh, back to Charlottesville, Virginia. Get back to work.
And it's wheels up.
Professor Ziegler back in business.
Ziegler.
A lot of kids to teach, a lot of philosophy to be taught. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments section. We'd love to answer them. Remember, the success of this podcast could feed Zach's future child one day.
And mine and yours.
And all of ours. So that could really help.
It actively feeds me right now. I'm a graduate student. I need the money, folks.
Yeah, right.
I'm in school too. I need this.
You're right. Please remember to follow us at Paul Farrington Show on Instagram and TikTok, I think, then at Farrington Show on Twitter. We'll be breaking down the AFC East today, similar to what we did with the NFC East on our last episode. We'll go team by team, and then we're going to hit on the quarterback rankings, coach rankings, best offense, best defense, the whole 9 yards. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll end the show with Zach giving us a list of the top 10 something, and we're going to have to fill it in. I also have a little theory. I think this could be the year of the hopeless teams, and I just want to get your guys' opinions on that.
Can I quickly ask Zach a trivia question?
Please do.
So while we're talking about the AFC East, Zach, do you know what ocean's on the East Coast?
No, we're not going to go here. We're not going to go here.
Ziggy, the other day, Zach.
Just answer the question.
It's the Atlantic. We're not going to go here.
The other day, we're in my basement just hanging out, and Zach goes, someone said something about like swimming in the Atlantic Ocean.
I don't
and
know
Zach's
the
like,
topic.
You idiot. What do you mean Atlantic Ocean? Your whole life you didn't grow up near the Atlantic Ocean. Me and Jack looked at each other like, there's no way this is happening right now.
I thought it was a joke.
What were we?
So Ziggy thought that the Pacific Ocean was on the East Coast, and I guess the Atlantic was on the West Coast.
No, Zach, not Ziggy. Zach did.
No, I would never make such an error.
Zach. Yeah, sorry, ZZ.
That's okay, Zach. I mean, Jack said when he was 15, what did you say?
I asked if cows with brown spots produce chocolate milk. So
there you go.
It's all right.
It happens.
All right. First up,
do they?
We'll get to the AFC East. Yeah. Well, before we reveal any more shocking, dumb things, the AFC East, the favorite has to be the Buffalo Bills right now. 13-3 a year ago, but it feels like some people.
What kind of take is that?
What do you mean?
What kind of take is the Buffalo Bills are the best team?
All right. Well, we'll get there. We'll get to your Dolphins. Don't worry.
Are you saying they're not the favorite? He didn't say they're the best team. He said they're the favorite.
Yeah,
that's different.
Maybe I think they're the favorite. Maybe I think they're the Dolphins are the best, but the favorite is Buffalo, at least according to sportsbooks.
Yeah.
Remember, unsponsored podcast for sportsbooks, by the way. So
and for good reason.
The Buffalo Bills, 13-3 a year ago. I do feel like a lot of people are more down on them than they should be. They look and they say, "Oh, Josh Allen regressed a little bit without Brian Dable. Sean McDermott chokes in the playoffs. The defense fell apart towards the end of the season." But when you look at the whole as of Buffalo last season, they were crushing people from the very beginning of the season. Then there were a bunch of injuries that started to happen. Micah Hyde, week 3, he's on injured reserve. Tre'Davious White didn't play until week 12. Von Miller, injured reserve week 12. Josh Allen partially tore his UCL in week 9. He was playing most of the season with a partially torn UCL. We'll get more into the defense in a second, but they added your boy, Dalton Kincaid, this offseason.
They're the best team.
They also added Damian Harris and Latavius Murray. I like that a lot at running back. Damian Harris, very underrated. Ziggy, I know he's your guy in fantasy, right?
Oh, no. I'm a Ramondre truther.
Oh, you're a Ramondre.
Harris and Murray both sort of those underrated guys who you can count on to get some number of yards.
But yeah, in my eyes, I look at Buffalo right now, despite the Stefon Diggs drama, which does need to be paid attention to throughout the year, and the Von Miller injury, which he should be, hopefully will play week 1. Aaron Rodgers joins the Jets. I don't care about any of it. Right now, they should be the favorite. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, this is a team, and again, this we can totally throw away when we're talking about the AFC East. We can throw away the lack of success in the playoffs. Because we're talking the AFC East. Team was 4-2 last year in the East, 13-3 overall, the number 2 seed. So, of course they should be the favorite. I'm not saying that I think they're going to win it, but they should be the favorite to win it based off of last season. I don't think the Jets getting Aaron Rodgers, while it's a great addition, of course.
Not enough to flip it, in your opinion?
Probably not enough to flip it. No, Buffalo's a very, very good team.
Yeah. Ziggy, what do you think of that?
People have talked, as you said, Paul, a lot about the Josh Allen down year, and I'll admit that I've been part of that. But you have to remember what a down year for Josh Allen is, right? 63% completion, 4,300 yards, 35 passing touchdowns. Yeah, he had 14 interceptions, but he also had 760 yards on the ground and 7 rushing touchdowns, right? This is a guy who is a one-man offensive machine. You give him Stefon Diggs and basically any plethora of receivers, right? Because it's not like Isaiah McKenzie and Gabe Davis were doing a lot for them last year. Like, he is the offense. They're going to be okay on offense. You don't have to worry too much about that. Then you look at last year. They went 13-3 despite having 0 games with their 11 healthy members of what would be their starting defense. As long as Von Miller is ready to play, and all indications say he will be, you should have an excellent defense, an excellent offense, and basically every team in the NFL, with the exception of just a couple, would kill to be where the Bills are. So yeah, I'm not scared of any competitors.
I mean, you look at the Bills. They're a pretty big home favorite against the Dolphins, against the Patriots. They're a home favorite against the Jets. They're a favorite in New England. In Miami, it's a neutral field. Like, they could be 5-1. Last year in Miami, they played the worst game I've ever seen, lost by 2, had the ball at the end and went chance to win the game.
And they lost one in New York to the Zach Wilson Jets, though. That you have to remember that too.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm not saying they're going to win the Jets.
No, there'll be good games. There'll be good games in the AFC East this year. Ziggy, to kind of touch on your 2 points, Josh Allen, when you watch that offense, there's not many in the league where you can feel helpless as a defense. I remember as a Viking fan, I felt helpless most of last season against almost anyone, whether it be Mac Jones, Mike White, Josh Allen, didn't matter. But
Daniel Jones.
Yeah, Daniel Jones. Oh my God, yeah, we were at the mercy.
I'm sure
of
Mac
Daniel
will shred
Jones.
you too in the playoffs.
Yeah. But Josh Allen and the Bills, when that offense is rolling, it's kind of unstoppable. They were second in the league in points per game last season, and now they add those weapons like Kincaid, like Harris. They only got better on the offensive side. And defensively, you brought up Von Miller. Here's a couple fun stats from Von Miller last year. We all remember the crazy 42-36 overtime game against the Chiefs a few years ago, or the 13-second game. A big takeaway from that was just that the Bills couldn't get pressure on Mahomes. He's only sacked twice in that game, had 4 QB hits total. They bring in Von Miller, and last year, we remember Buffalo went into KC in week 6, 9 total QB hits. Von Miller had 2 sacks himself. So in that win, we saw how important the Von Miller factor was. From weeks 1 to 10 with Miller last year, the QBRs against Buffalo, 75.7, a 9-13 touchdown interception ratio. This was against guys like Stafford, Tua, Lamar, Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, I'll throw him in there, Mahomes. Weeks 13 to 18 without Von Miller, 81.8 QBR, a 7-4 touchdown interception ratio. And this is against guys like Jacoby Brissett, Mike White, Mac Jones twice. So there was just a huge impact from Von Miller being out. Now they add Leonard Floyd. Miller should be back by week 1. I like Buffalo a lot.
Yeah, when fully healthy, it reminds me kind of like a TJ Watt, Von Miller. Not as good, but valuable.
At this point, he's 34 now, Von Miller?
Super valuable. Not quite as good, super valuable. When this team is fully healthy and the wheels are turning, this is one of the best teams in football. A very, very good team all around. And people are tending to forget that now because of what happened last year at home against the Bengals, because the
Chiefs were in the Super Bowl.
The Jets got Aaron Rodgers. The Chiefs were in the Super Bowl. Yeah, so
Bills were the favorite week 1. Week 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, the Bills were the team that a lot of people thought was the team to beat.
And they're the team that nobody really is talking about right now.
Yeah, I like Buffalo a lot. We'll get to the division predictions in a second here. The top challenger, Zach, you're not going to be happy about this, but I have the New York Jets as the top challenger to Buffalo at the moment. Yeah, I know. You're unhappy. Something really interesting. I was just Googling around before the show, doing some pre-show research. Nathaniel Hackett, we know he had such a tough season in Denver last year. Russell Wilson didn't live up to the hype. Play calling embarrassment. The Monday Night Football game, week 1, right off the bat. Some very embarrassing moments for Nathaniel Hackett as a coach, leading up with him getting fired. And we know that the Rodgers-Hackett relationship is a lot of the reason he was probably hired by the Jets, but you still saw a lot of Jets fans rolling their eyes when they saw that hiring, saying, like, what are we doing? If we don't get Rodgers here, are we idiots? And even if they didn't get Rodgers, some guys are just better as coordinators than coaches. Like, you can't overlook the success that Nathaniel Hackett had. So I want to take a look back at the past 6 seasons in Green Bay. I think you guys will find this interesting. 2017, they're 4-1. Rodgers gets hurt in Minnesota. They end the year 7-9. 2018, 6-9-1, McCarthy gets fired. Now Nathaniel Hackett is hired as offensive coordinator. 2019, 13-3, 2 seed, lose to San Francisco in the NFC Championship game. 2020, then they draft Jordan Love. 2020, 13-3, Rodgers MVP, 1 seed, lose to Brady in the NFC Championship game. 2021, 13-3, Rodgers MVP, 1 seed, upset by San Francisco and Green Bay. Hackett leaves, 8-9, missed playoffs. So in the years bookending Hackett, you're looking at records of 14, 18-1, with him 39-9. Now I know, I understand that there's a lot going on in play here with Matt LaFleur, Devontae Adams coming and going, but the success that Rodgers had with Hackett can't be overlooked. And now you're getting that relationship again, and we're finally seeing Aaron Rodgers having fun. We're seeing another motivated Aaron Rodgers, something that he shared in common with those 2 MVP seasons after Jordan Love. The more you look into this, there are similarities of, okay, Rodgers and I think it matters. I think you need to be enjoying yourself when you're out on the field. Mm-hmm. And when you combine that fun and motivated / pissed off Rodgers, the formula is there for success.
I mean, look, last year, like when you talk to any Jets fan and they were just banging their head against the wall. Why? The defense was elite, one of the best in the league. Great receivers, great running back, great offensive line. They said, and they really meant, all we need is a quarterback. And you're getting a guy who in the last 3 years has won 2 MVPs. I get it. He's a little bit older. But Aaron Rodgers is what this team needed, and they couldn't have done better this offseason. So it's tough not to think that when they're swapping out arguably the worst quarterback in the league with a guy who has a real potential to be top 5 this year, things have got to be looking up in New York.
I'm going to say the top challenger to Buffalo is the Dolphins. And this might sound...
someone with sense in this group.
Wait. Don't go to the Dolphins just yet. But.
No, okay. But this might sound a little bit stupid.
Oh, boy. Never like that on this show.
I think this might all just be too good to be true if you're the New York Jets.
I mean, it could be. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is one of the most talented quarterbacks ever. Garrett Wilson is very good, but again, he's played in the NFL for 1 year. It's a good defense. Like, it's all right there. And it's like, how is this team not going to be fantastic? But then again, I'm looking at the franchise. Like, I've seen... You're
going to get destroyed. People,
Jets fans are going to be so mad. They're going to destroy me. But I've seen things like this, and I just think it's a dark cloud there. I really do.
Well, in the dark cloud theory, you probably see him getting hurt.
And I want to talk about the Dolphins in a second, but I won't right now. I just don't know if the Jets are going to be what everyone thinks they're going to be.
Well, Ziggy,
for that reason alone, I'm being dead serious.
So I get that you see a great team in front of you. You just can't see the Jets being good.
Saying, these Jets 14-3, 15-2. We'll see.
Ziggy, you mentioned just a second ago.
They got a big target on their back.
Oh, they do.
A huge target on their back.
They do. You mentioned a second ago, Ziggy, how all Jets fans were saying if we only had just an average quarterback last season. And of 36 quarterbacks who threw 175 passes last year, the 3 lowest rated in passer rating were 3, Mike White, 2, Joe Flacco, and 1, Zach Wilson. So the Jets literally had the 3 lowest guys right there. And then I went back and was just looking. They had the 29th ranked offense in terms of points per game, 17 a game.
And still won 8 games.
Let's make it average. Let's say they were 21.5 points a game. That's the Giants, 16th in the league, 21.5 points per game. They'd be 11-6, the 5 seed, playing against Jacksonville. Just being average last year for the Jets. And you're talking about 11-6, maybe even up to 12-5 team, depending on a few games here or there. Like, this Jets team is really, really good. Defensively, we know the secondary is elite. Sauce Gardner had one of the best rookie seasons in the history of football, let alone for cornerbacks or defenders ever. The defensive line, Quinnen Williams is a stud. They really do have all the pieces. Offensive line is okay, but they really do have all the pieces if they could stay healthy to be a serious contender. It's just like you said, that dark cloud. It's there. Teams like the Vikings, the Bills, the Browns, the Lions.
I know. And for me to say that sounds absolutely nuts, because how in the world can this team not win 11, 12 games and be fantastic? But
the dark cloud theory, we'll have to keep that in mind.
But I do think that they will finish 3rd in the AFC East.
All right, let's talk about that team that you think will finish ahead of them, the Miami Dolphins. The fins up. There you go, Ziggy. Zach, at the start of the 2019 season, they asked Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, and Matt LaFleur. They said, which coach's defense is the most difficult to attack and read? And all three of those guys, three of the most respected play callers, offensive minds in football, said Vic Fangio.
As they should.
As they should. In an offseason where Miami acquired Jalen Ramsey, just as a fan, it's kind of stunning to see. I'm sorry, if I were like more of a casual fan, I think it would be stunning to see most people saying that Vic Fangio is the biggest addition to this Miami team. But when you look at them as a whole, last year, 18th in yards per game, 24th in points per game. The defense was good, but statistically, not really. You look at the teams who were in the playoffs, of the 12 of them, 4 with the worst points per game were the Vikings, Seahawks, Dolphins, and Chargers. What do they all have in common? First round exits. Bring in Vic Fangio now, add in Jalen Ramsey, and everyone wants to talk Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. I really think this Dolphins defense, if they come together like I expect them to, could be a top 5 unit in the league. And then if Tua there's a lot of ifs surrounding the Dolphins. If the defense comes together, if Tua stays healthy. But this team on paper really might be top 3 in the AFC. It's that good.
Well, that's what I mean.
Top 4.
I'm not saying I think to retort my previous statement, I'm not saying I think the Jets will come in third, but I think every team at their ceiling fully healthy, there's a better chance the Dolphins win the East and the Jets win the East. You can make the argument this team is the best defensive unit out of the 3 teams. Very close. Jets defense is fantastic. But when I watched Miami last year, and again, I hope Tua stays healthy, because we've seen that he's a good quarterback. And you watched them last year when he was healthy and when he was playing, when he was on the field. This offense was really,
dynamic.
really like near impossible to stop.
Dynamic.
Yeah, like dynamic, like near impossible to stop. But I remember watching that first drive of that Steelers game, and Tua was off an injury. But the first 2 drives, they marched right down the field.
That was right after he fell down against Buffalo, right?
Yeah, I'm like, we're not going to stop this all night. And we saw that quite a few times. I mean, they have probably the most dynamic receiving core in football. And if Tua's just on the field, he's good enough in that system, on that team, to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league, one of the best offenses in the league, coupled with probably one of the best defenses in the league. So how can you say that this team isn't a contender in the AFC East or the AFC?
Well, as high as me and you are, and even Zach, Ziggy might be the highest guy on Miami out of everyone on the show.
I really think that if you had to list teams that could win the AFC if things go right, there's only a few of those. The AFC is tough, but the Dolphins have to be on there. The fact is, Fangio, I agree with you, Paul. I think he's going to make a big difference for this defense because they've got all the right pieces.
Oh, my God.
Where you've got a guy like Bradley Chubb to come off the edge. You've got Jalen Ramsey ready to lock down. Like, this team is full of good pieces. They signed good supporting guys. Like, there's plenty of talent there. And then the offense, I mean, you just have to list Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, 2 of maybe the 5 most unguardable receivers in the league.
Mm-hmm.
This team should be impossible to stop. But again, right, they should have been impossible to stop last year. And the defense just wasn't quite up to snuff. They couldn't make the pieces work. Tua got hurt. The offense wasn't quite as good without him. But, this is a team that took Buffalo to 3 points in the postseason last year with Skylar Thompson at quarterback. And Skylar Thompson, we've said it before, he's a college quarterback.
You're
taking a.
What's bothering me is that that's a great callback to when we were arguing whether or not Skylar Thompson, if he was back on, where did he go?
Put him
Kansas
back
State?
on K-State. He was down by 30.
They played Alabama. Yeah. A lot of people have been talking. It's come up a few times and it's bothering me. I've seen that Mike McDaniel, they're like, could he be on the hot seat if the Dolphins aren't that good this season? And that just blows my mind. He outcoached Sean McDermott in Buffalo at least 2 of the 3 games. And with the Tua injuries and everything that was going on, it was mind-blowing to me to see some people say that Mike McDaniel wasn't a good coach last season. This year he could arguably get up to number 2 in the division. I wouldn't put him above Belichick, but I was stunned to see people saying that.
Yeah, no, me too. Another point on Tua that I want to bring up is while we're on the Dolphins subject here.
We can talk about the Dolphins all day.
Good. I have a Tua shirt. We got Zach right here. I saw a little bit of inconsistency at times with Tua, and that's when the offense was stopped. But I do believe that that's when he was playing with an injury.
Yeah, I mean, you have to remember the guy was like half dead on the field for some games.
Which is why I'm really hesitant to fully buy in. But if
you can't.
Yeah, you can't. But if he's healthy and on the field, I think they can go from AFC contender to a team that wins 6 games.
Who knows what happens with one more concussion? Everyone's talking about how he's not at risk of getting a concussion again, or as more risk of getting a concussion. But what happens if he gets one?
And Caleb Williams, here we come.
Caleb Williams. The Dolphins will win 3 Super Bowls.
Trust me, you don't want him.
Yeah, so a great unit all around in Miami right now.
AFC's gonna be good.
It's gonna be them or the AFC North is the best division in football. I think
the Pats might win the AFC East.
It's so bad to be in the NFC East though. We have not had like a relaxing, like you could be the top of the division, no problem, in like 30 years. I mean, you had Brady in there for 20 of those years, and now everybody in the basically besides the Pats now are stacked.
Your star power. I mean, D-line, Wilkins, Phillips, Chubb, Howard, Ramsey, Tua. I mean, it's Waddle, Hill. The Dolphins team. You're gonna have a lot of fun this year.
I mean, talk about though. When you're talking about the AFC East, you talk about football. You talk about the most important position on the team. That's the quarterback. I think Miami's clear-cut the 3rd best quarterback in the division.
With a huge question mark next.
With a massive question mark. And that's the knock. That's where I'm more comfortable picking the Bills or the Jets.
We'll see what happens. I mean, that Baltimore game, when they were on and coming back in the 4th quarter, unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Ziggy, are you good right now, or are you gonna have to run?
Oh no, I can do until 6:30.
Great. Okay, we'll wrap up with New England now.
Yeah.
And we didn't label the Patriots going into this. We tried to label each team. We had the favorite, top challenger, Dolphins with a wild card. And Ziggy...
My label for them was 5 question marks.
Yeah, Ziggy kind of poo-pooed bottom feeder. He's like, they're not that bad. So we're just adding 5 questions.
They're making the playoffs.
I'm not that...
This is why we can't agree on the label.
No, not
because
with
I'm a
3
huge
better than their own
Patriots
division.
Well,
let me...
Go ahead.
Let me just try and sell you on the Patriots here. I'll open this because I'm the big Patriots.
Please do. Yeah.
You've got a Bill Belichick coach defense. Okay, defense is covered. Then you've got the offense. Last year, the offense was run by Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. If there's anything you can say about Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, it's that the offense has improved dramatically when they leave. Right? Daniel Jones looked like a competent quarterback. The Jared Goff Lions somehow get Lions fans talking about Goff as a top 5 quarterback in the league,
which is insane.
Offenses,
we'll carry on.
Offense has improved. The offense improved dramatically from the Matt Patricia days, right? So we saw Mac Jones in his rookie season, right? He was a Pro Bowler. He was a perfectly good quarterback. You've seen them signing quality receivers, right? Guys like Juju Smith-Schuster, guys who we know can at least contribute. You've got Ramondre Stevenson, ascending running back.
Yeah,
there's a lot to think that. We saw him. He was good last year. He was good last year.
I like Ramondre.
My only point is there's a lot of reason to believe that the offense is going to get better. The defense is going to be fine. And the fact is, if there's anything we know from the past 25 seasons, Bill Belichick owns the AFC East. There were a couple bad years, but look,
last year,
he owns the New York Jets. That we know that he owns the Jets. He rattles the Bills every time. The only place he can't go is Miami, but otherwise he's good. There's a lot to believe in this Patriots team. That's all I'm trying to say.
I got something for Ziggy. You know why?
We all got something for Ziggy.
Yeah, you know why, though? The Pats are going to be terrible? Is because they've picked up a bunch of Dolphins that we threw away.
No. Ziggy, I'll give you credit. I do think a lot of people are being a little too harsh on New England right now because that defense, like you said, is top 10. And Mac Jones really solid 2021, regressed in 2022, got benched and everything. But he was really being set up to fail with that Patricia and Joe Judge situation. The weapons are who are their top receivers? It was Jacoby Myers, Devontae Parker, and Hunter Henry were the 3 leading targets. We want to talk about Daniel Jones not having guys. I mean, Mac Jones also really no one on that offense to throw to. He's in the Belichick doghouse. Just a horrible situation. I'm not high on Mac to begin with, but you have to be fair and say the situation was not good for him in 2022. But I look at the situation right now. I don't know. Juju's okay.
It's usually like a superstar receiver.
Gesicki is okay. Where on that team? Juju, Parker, Tyquan Thornton, Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki, Ramondre. I just don't see enough for them to compete with Tua, Rodgers, and Josh Allen and what those offenses can throw at you.
We saw what Bill O'Brien could do with a decent quarterback and a bunch of nobodies. It was Deshaun Watson throwing for basically 5,000 yards.
With DeAndre Hopkins.
He got rid of DeAndre Hopkins week 4 that year.
Okay.
Yeah, Watson's more talented than Mac Jones.
No, my point is Bill O'Brien can coordinate an offense.
Yes, much better than the other two guys. He knows offense. The other guys have no experience.
Just the scheme stepping forward should be enough to get this, I think, to an average offensive level. And at that point, if you've got an average offense and elite defense, you can steal a lot of games of superior coaching.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see it. There's a world where I can see it. My guess is they come in at like 6 wins or so. But yeah, the team could.
But that's worse than they did last year.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't
know. When I look through the schedule, I don't know if I see more than 6 wins.
Well, I don't think they're gonna be total guard. Like you look at these.
No, they're not. Like there are teams there are divisions where you have the Cardinals at the bottom. You could have like
Houston. You have yeah.
I mean, they're probably a top 5 team in the NFC.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Yeah. The Patriots, and probably a top 5 team there.
I don't think so. Eagles, 49ers. Let's just say
Dallas.
The Lions, Dallas. I'd probably take the Giants over them, wouldn't you?
No, that's outrageous.
I might take the Giants over them too.
Seattle. I take the Vikings over the Patriots.
What? We don't have to rank the Patriots in the NFC here.
I don't think they'll be total garbage, but you talk about playoffs, right? Like you have 3 AFC East teams who are better than them. You have the AFC North winner. You have the Chiefs. You have the AFC South winner. And there's one more spot. Like I don't see New England getting that one more spot. Like their ceiling's a 7 seed and losing in the first round by 30.
I mean, but Ziggy will say, "Yeah, that's playoffs."
Yeah,
that's
what I'll say is they at least get an opportunity to make their own destiny, right? You talk about those wild card spots. People think the Jets and the Dolphins are going to get 2 of them. The Patriots at least get a chance to say no, thank you. So look, it comes to their ability to play in the AFC East, and frankly, I'm taking Bill Belichick playing the Jets and the Dolphins all day.
Fair enough. I do agree with you. If it comes together. Yeah, that team won't be as bad as people think, but I
think Belichick's a big nobody without Brady for those years.
That'll be a discussion for another day.
That's another time.
All right,
we'll see. Let's do some of the division-wide rankings. Yeah.
All right. QB rankings. Does anyone argue? Josh Allen 1, Rodgers 2, Tua 3, Mac Jones 4. No. Any arguments? Maybe a Rodgers 1.
No, go Josh.
I don't argue. I'll say Rodgers, if he plays like last year, Tua could easily pass him up. We're assuming a Rodgers growth, rejuvenation.
Yes.
All the ayahuasca.
I think Tua fully healthy to his ceiling, which I don't see, could be better than Rodgers. But Allen's a clear-cut number 1.
Okay. I'm glad we all agree there. I mean, really good quarterbacks in this division.
Yeah.
Mac is easily the 4th, but he's okay.
He's okay.
Okay, coach rankings. I'll go first, and then Ziggy, I'm sure you have a rankings. Jack, do you really have a coach rankings, or you want to judge here?
I'll judge.
All right, I have Saleh at 4. Pretty confident in that. I'm putting McDaniel at 3 for now. I think that he can get to 2 on this list by the end of the year. But encouraging stuff. Made the playoffs in the first season. Dolphins have only 3 playoff appearances since 2002. One of them in McDaniel's first year. I'm keeping Sean McDermott at 2 right now. And I know that some people might want McDaniel there, but I can't ignore what he's done in Buffalo. I mean, this team, no playoff appearances since 2000. He gets there in 2017, and they've made the playoffs 5 or 6 years, 4 straight 10-plus win seasons. Haven't had any of those before him since 2000. So people say he chokes, he gets out coached by people in big moments. I can't ignore the success he's had. And then Belichick at 1.
Yeah, I mean, last year was bad. Last year was a tough loss at home by 20 points.
But still 13-3.
But 33. And I don't think that the Patrick Mahomes 13-second game is a reflection on McDermott.
No, that's just Mahomes
just totally
greatness.
Insane.
I think Buffalo wins the Super Bowl if they win that game.
I agree.
Look, let's not forget, though, Paul, you just said McDaniel outcoached McDermott in 2 of their 3 games of McDaniel in his first year. I think McDaniel is going to be the clear-cut number 2 coach in that division next year.
I understand that.
Otherwise, I think you're right.
Okay, so you got Belichick, McDaniel, McDermott, Saleh.
I think we're giving Belichick a little too much hype. Just a little bit too much.
I mean,
There's too much track record.
you can't-
There's
I
too much
understand there was
track
track
record.
record, but we're talking about the here and now.
No, a lot of people. There's a group of people that would agree with you when you say that.
I mean,
They
I'm gonna
think
be one of
Belichick
them.
is starting to slip up.
I'm
So
gonna be one of them.
I can't put him lower than
But-
Warren.
You can. We're talking about the here and now. We're not talking about what he did 20 years ago with Tom Brady.
No, you're right. But I'm not. I just know. Remember what did your
don't-
dad say? Your dad used to get coffee with Bill Belichick, and what did he say? He's like, I will never pick against Bill
I will never
Belichick.
bet against this guy. He's the best ever. I mean, what did he win a game throwing the ball 3 times in Buffalo?
Yeah, the guy's crazy. All right, we'll wrap up here because we know Ziggy has to go. The top offense, I think it's really close. I really do. There's a lot of great star power. I'm still going Buffalo right now. I think the Dolphins are probably right behind that, and the Jets. I think it's super close, but Josh Allen is still that guy to me.
This is order of best to worst.
Yeah, or just the best.
No,
one.
just
you
choose
see,
the
you got
best.
Buffalo.
Buffalo, yeah, Buffalo.
All right, best
It's got to be
defense.
Buff.
I actually have Miami here. I know a lot of people are going to want the Jets. Dolphins, top 5 defensive line football, top 5 secondary in football, better than average linebackers, bringing in Jalen Ramsey and Vic Fangio, like we said. This is predictions. If you say on paper right now, if you say like based off of last year and ignoring speculation that Fangio will be really good, you have to say the Jets because their defense was just dominant. But my prediction is that the Dolphins will be better slightly.
Yeah, I said before you can make a serious case, and I'd buy into it if you say the Dolphins are the best in the AFC East. But right now I'm going to say the Jets.
And that's totally fair.
Yeah, I think the best shutdown corner in football. This is a team who had really a terrible offense with 2 of the worst quarterbacks in the league. Still had a chance to go to the playoffs up until the second to last week because of their defense, which was dominant. So I'm going to say the Jets.
Fangio and the Finns for the same reasons you said. Paul.
Really? Okay. I thought you were shaking your head saying no when I was talking about the Dolphins there. I thought you were about to come in and destroy me.
No, I'm just impressed by how many good players they've added and all the additions they've made.
It's great. And all these defenses, though, are borderline, if not clearly top 10 in the league.
Yeah.
It's crazy how good the AFC East defense is.
I might put the Jets at 1.
No, they very well could be. San Francisco's up there, too. All right, non-quarterback
we're 1.
player to watch. Ziggy, you got a non-quarterback here that you like?
For me, it's going to be Bradley Chubb.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked a lot about the Dolphins defense. There's a lot exciting there. I'm confident Jalen Ramsey's going to be good. The Finns gave a lot to get Chubb, gave him a big contract for a good reason. He's got to feast this year for them to have a chance because pressuring the quarterback's the most important thing. So I want to see what he can do.
Fair enough. You got someone, Jack? AFC East player to watch.
Yeah, Dolan Kincaid. I do want to see.
Surprised to no one.
No.
Go watch the reel on Jack talking about Dalton Kincaid
I
from
think
last week.
that his play style and his game will fit so perfect in that offense with Josh Allen and right side by side with Dawson Knox.
Gotcha. Okay. I was thinking, depending on what teams you guys went with, Jalen Ramsey was someone in Miami. We'll see. Can he keep it up at the level he's been the last 3 years? Stefon Diggs, camera will be on him
Sauce Gardner
all season long. Stefon Diggs is going to have a camera in his face. How's that? I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson, though, because this could be a season where we see him take that leap into elite status. I'm talking top 7 receiver in football, 1,400 plus yards with Aaron Rodgers. So I'm excited to see what he can do with Rodgers. Preseason MVP, again, a lot of great players to choose from. Josh Allen is still the pick.
Yeah, I'd say Josh Allen as well.
Ziggy?
Josh Allen.
All right.
Whoa.
It's too easy.
Jalen
Phillips.
Jalen Phillips. Dude, he was amazing last year.
For MVP.
There's some crazy guys. I mean, Rodgers, Tua, Tyreek. There's a lot of really good.
I also want to see. I'm interested to see how Sauce Gardner. I mean, there's no reason to believe that he will.
Can he keep that
Like,
up?
can he keep it up? He was 22 years old, the best cornerback in football. So I mean, shutdown. He
said one of the best rookie seasons history of the league.
Like his shutdown level stuff transferred right over to the NFL. It's
crazy.
Like it was nothing.
You know what? And before we get in now to the predictions, last thing here, Sauce Gardner. I was talking to my dad about this. I saw him play against Notre Dame when Cincinnati upset ND at home, which Ziggy and I only saw one loss in our 4 years there at home to Georgia. Sauce Gardner in that game was probably the best cornerback on the planet when he was playing.
Oh yeah, I remember. I watched
which is nuts to me.
I watched the whole game.
Yeah, but like college or pro, it's kind of crazy to think, but the way he transitioned, you can make an argument that Sauce Gardner was the best cornerback in the world at the time.
That game on Cincinnati.
Yeah. What might have been the best cornerback in football.
Playing right
I remember
there,
all the ND guys we were doing inside the garage after the game or like a couple weeks later, we were talking postseason, like who was the best player you faced, and they're like, dude, Sauce Gardner was just unbelievable.
You know, I think there was a huge chip on his shoulder coming in because a lot of guys, including me, were like, "Oh yeah, he shut down Tulane and Tulsa. You know, I could do that." He came into the league, shut down everybody. I want to see if that can translate and continue.
All right, predictions here, and we'll wrap up the AFC East. I actually went through and just did. I'm sure I'll change the predictions at some point. But I predicted each game. I had Buffalo at 12-5. I had the Dolphins winning a tiebreaker with the Jets for second at 10-7. So Jets then in third, and New England, like 5 or 6 wins, I can't remember, in fourth.
I'm going to go the Bills win the division, number 2 seed once again. The Dolphins, second place, first wildcard team, number 5, but lose on the road. The Jets, the second wildcard team, number 6, lose on the road. The Patriots.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this.
6 wins.
Here we go. Here it is, Zach.
Bills. Obviously Bills, number 1.
I was thinking Dolphins right there.
Number 2, Patriots.
That's just
Wow.
Number 3, Dolphins. Number 4, Jets.
Wow.
Watch. Just
All
watch,
right.
folks.
All right.
We're going to come back to this at the end of the year.
I'm still trying to
gonna
figure out what did the Patriots do in this offseason that changed their team?
He likes Bill O'Brien.
He got rid of Matt Patricia.
He likes Bill O'Brien.
Was-
Ziggy's a big fan of that change.
Ziggy's a coach's guy.
It's
I'm not a coach's guy. Ziggy's a coach's
a
guy.
Ramondre Stevenson type of season.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right, Ziggy, we know you have to get going, so we thank you for sticking around there for the end. Do you want to stay around for the final part of the show?
No, I got to go, folks.
All right, we appreciate you
See you,
sticking around.
Ziggy.
We will bring it home for you right here.
Good stuff, Ziggy.
Okay, before we hit Zach's list, I just wanted to run this by you guys. That year of the hopeless thing I was talking about at the start of the show, I was just thinking about teams in the NFL that generally year to year, you're like, oh, okay, like we're screwed. Probably the Browns come to mind first. The Lions are in there. The Jaguars. I was just looking at, I think 6 wins or less is a pretty bad season in the NFL. The Browns, since 2000, have 15 seasons with 6 wins or less. And the Jaguars and Lions are right behind them with 14 each. So I think those teams are there. I also think in some ways the Jets are a hopeless team. The Bills are, the Bills sort of fit that mold. They're not, it's kind of a different sort. That's more heartbreaking like the Vikings, but I'd throw those two in there as well. Like, I'm never really that confident going into a season. But right now, when I look across the favorites in the NFL, the Jaguars are minus 60 to win the AFC South.
Minus what?
Minus 160. The Lions are plus 145 to win the North. The Jets are right there in second, plus 250 to win the AFC East. The Bills are the favorite. The Vikings favorite in the NFC North. I think this is the year. And the Browns have a good team. We'll just see what happens. I think this could be a year where you see a lot of hopeless franchises have playoff appearances.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I just think that's more of a reflection on their competition being pretty weak. Like I don't think Jags are really all that good. I think they're okay. They're not bad,
but they're playing against
Houston. They're playing against Houston and Tennessee and the Colts. Colts with Anthony Richardson, who knows how he's going to be.
Yeah.
Then you got Detroit playing against the Bears and then a Rodgers-less Packers.
And the juggernaut.
Oh no, I didn't criticize you guys.
Oh yeah.
I said the Bears and the Packers.
All right, so we'll see. I
just think it's more of a reflection on who they're playing against.
All right, Zach, what is this top 10 list here?
All right, so I went a little fun on this one.
We have no idea what this is.
Mostly because the last ones you had were not that they were easy, but they were on the easier side.
We got smoked on the last one.
This is hard.
We didn't get smoked on the last one.
All right. What do you got for us?
Top 10 selling toys.
I
don't even know any toys.
I'm going to be honest with you. They're not very hard toys, and if you really thought about it, like you'd probably get most of them.
What's all time?
Wait, with the Wii, is that count? Like video games?
Video games, I will already tell you, are not really on this.
We're not counting. All right, this might be impossible.
Man,
we might get destroyed. We might get destroyed. You think we can do this?
Wait, how long in the past year?
No. This is like top selling ever.
Webkins.
Ever.
Webkins.
You're just throwing things out before
you
even start
thinking.
Is that kind of a toy?
So stuffed animals count.
Oh, stuffed animals is one category?
Okay.
What?
Is stuffed animals one category?
Yeah, I'll count it as one category. Like all stuffed animals.
Okay, stuffed animals.
All right. It's teddy bears. I'll give it to you, but that was 7.
Teddy bears are 7.
Yeah.
I seriously don't have a guess.
Or what about like the Hess truck or like cars? Like Hot Wheels?
Hot Wheels is 1.
Hot Wheels, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Hot Wheels 1, Teddy Bear 7.
There's a couple more of those like teddy bear things on here.
Yeah. What about Tickle Me Elmo?
What did I like play?
Tickle Me Elmo's not on.
All right,
What did I play with as a kid?
there's an X.
Yo-yo.
Yo-yo's number 10.
Oh, look at that. That's. I
All right,
did my job.
this is a miracle.
Oh, this would be on
3 right now.
Yeah.
So you guys got Hot Wheels. You guys got teddy bear. You guys got yo-yo.
That could be it for us.
Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube.
I like
Rubik's Cube is 2.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you think about it, like there's some pretty easy ones that you can
I'm
get.
getting my
what
my
are-
childhood
what other-
thinking back.
Oh wait, do board games count as a toy? Or no? Probably not. It's probably not.
Probably
no,
not.
no.
Okay.
At least they're not on here.
No, I don't think they.
A
probably
Pez
count.
dispenser.
That's not a toy. That's
candy.
candy.
That doesn't count as a toy.
Yeah, that's what counts.
I'm saying right now we have 1 strike. I'm gonna go with 1 strike. Right
Yeah,
now.
1 strike.
I'm trying to think how broad this is. here,
Woody.
because
Buzz
like,
Lightyear.
do you think like dinosaurs or like action figures?
Oh,
Does that count as a category? Action figures?
I'll give it to you. There's like a specific.
Oh, a
action
specific
figure?
action figure.
Was
Yeah.
like a Power Ranger.
Nope.
Transformers.
Nope.
Specific action figure.
I'll give you a hint. I love this.
Star Wars action figures.
Yeah, Star Wars figures.
What's that?
That was 9.
I'm gonna give us action figures there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so
you could
absurd.
give it. Yeah.
All right, Star Wars action figures.
So we got
So you have
3,
yo-yos.
4, 5, 6, and 8. I feel like 3's a big one.
Hot Wheels, Rubik's Cube.
3 is something we know.
What other
3 is probably not something you would know.
toys are there? That,
I don't know.
Again, there's still other stuffed things on here
How
that you
about-
guys are missing.
there's other stuffed things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I don't really know many toys.
What's the
Like, what did I
There's
play
like
with when I
Beanie
was younger?
Babies? There's a Cabbage Patch down. Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies is 6.
Let's go.
Oh,
All right, there's one more.
Cabbage Patch Kids is way too
Yeah, that's
old.
right too. Beanie Babies.
There's one more stuffed thing on here.
Something else that's stuffed.
Or sorry, they're not really stuffed. I lied. They're not stuffed.
Oh, Build-A-Bear.
No.
Oh, I guess that's like a teddy bear.
Yeah,
right?
that's probably too
Yeah.
close to teddy bear. I'll give us an X on that though. One
See-
more X.
So you guys got Hot Wheels, Rubik's Cube,
What about like Russian nesting
Sneak Babies,
dolls?
Teddy Bears.
I mean, I'll guess anything. I really don't know.
Paul, I will give you a hint. Paul already said one of the things that is on here.
Cabbage
Yeah,
Patch
Has
Kids?
Truck.
Cabbage Patch Kids.
Oh, Cabbage- what is that?
Wow.
That's
Wait.
3.
What?
Oh,
That was like years ago.
Yeah, but it was like
Cabbage Patch Kids and Webkins aren't.
Webkins are not.
Webkids was such a fad. That was like that
Oh,
was
wait,
like
so,
2 years.
Jack, we're
Like,
3
Cabbage
away.
Patch-
We're 3 away here. I mean, it's in sight.
I mean, there's. Do you want me?
Are these guessable?
So,
no hints yet. No hints yet. Are these
All right.
guessable?
They are.
They're probably.
2 are very guessable. The last one, I don't think you guys will get.
Is that number 8? Number 8's hard.
8's
Yeah,
kind of
eight's
hard.
probably impossible.
What are some popular toys?
But I will say 8 was very popular,
Do we have
and it's. I'm gonna say 8 just to give you guys a hint. It's a little on the video game side.
I know
but
what you're talking.
wait,
Is it like
what-
the fake dog thing? Geopets or something?
Not Geopets. Close.
Nano.
It-
What are they called?
you're on the right.
Nano
there.
pad.
Yeah,
What-
wait.
Is it that kind
It's,
of?
it's a
game?
Japanese name.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like. Oh my god. I'm gonna count this for us once we get
Yeah,
it.
you can count it once you get because you have the right idea.
Sar. No.
No, they're.
If I give you the first letter, you'll get it right away.
No, don't say it yet.
No. No.
Once I say it, you guys are gonna be like, "Oh my god, I remember having these."
Tokoyama. It's like
It's close. That's closer.
Tagashi. Togagashi.
Yeah, you want me to say? it?
No.
Count it for us. Just
Wait. They're.
That's you're literally like right on the right thing. You're just not pronouncing.
Tamagotchi.
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 That was
yeah,
8.
Yeah.
All right, Tamagotchi.
I mean, I would have never gotten that.
I'm counting that because I think the
Yeah,
Geopets
count
is
it.
close enough.
Yeah,
okay,
close enough.
so wait, 2 more. Very
Yeah,
guessable
4 and
here.
5. Very guessable.
And we've played with them before.
One, you've definitely played with before.
Bouncy balls.
The other one, we might not have played with them, but the
Oh, okay. The girls play with them. Oh,
Dildo.
no, my God. Barbie.
yeah, Barbie's 4.
Oh, Barbie. Okay. Wow, what
Barbie
a sick
4.
mind.
And then there's just no way that could have been serious from you. There's no way that could
You
have been
never know.
serious.
Yeah.
All right, one more, and we have
last
played with this one.
You guys have definitely played with it at some point in your life.
A pinky ball.
Nope.
And we lose.
Was that your guess?
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
We've played with this at some point. In our
This is
lives.
like a really once I say it, you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, how did we not guess
I
this?
didn't play with toys, so I don't really know.
And this one, there's a good chance at some point you played with.
a good chance we played with this at some point in our lives. Trying to think what I like.
And if you didn't, you lived under a rock.
Yeah, what did I play with? I play with yo-yos.
It's a huge brand.
Huge brand. A huge brand of toys
A huge brand of toys.
that we played with.
I played with toy soldiers back when I was younger. That's not
What age group would you say plays with these particularly?
I'm gonna say, I'll give you a nice hint here. I say probably 5 to 10-year-olds play with them. 30-year-olds collect them.
Fidget spinners.
The fuck?
That doesn't count.
30-year-olds play with them or collect them?
Yeah.
Cards.
Cards. Pokemon.
Yeah.
Baku.
No.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
cards.
All right, what is it?
Legos.
Oh.
Oh wow, I did play with Legos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. We were somewhat
You know,
close.
it's better than I thought. I mean, I didn't really know any toys, but that's better than I
Yeah,
thought.
I mean,
Honestly, I wasn't sure if you guys were going to get Cabbage Patch Kids or Beanie Babies. And Paul just blurts out both of them at the same time.
I was surprised.
Those are such famous.
My parents had Cabbage Patch Kids.
I probably wouldn't have guessed if you didn't say there was some more stuff. I mean, Teddy Bear was kind of a crazy.
No, I wouldn't have guessed it. Zach said, Paul said it before,
Yeah, Cabbage Patch.
which I knew, yeah. But I wouldn't have gotten that.
Tamagotchi, Star Wars action figures. Yeah, not bad.
Not
Rubik's
bad.
Cube is great. I don't know if I would have guessed Rubik's Cube.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, Rubik's Cube, is that a toy? I guess
Can you
it
do a
is.
Rubik's Cube?
In like 6 seconds.
Shut up.
Give me Rubik's Cube.
All right. We'll do it on air. All right, there you go. Thanks for that list, Zach. Good stuff. Yeah. We will be back on Thursday with another division breakdown. Thanks again for listening to this episode of the Paul Farrington Show. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We will see you later.